This is Normal Nerds Podcast with two very normal dudes talking about very nerdy stuff. And what else do you feel like talking about? I'm your host, Maxwell Srizio.
And I'm your host who wonders why we can't have nice things, Dave Spades.
This episode is our weekly anime review, so sit back, relax, throw those snowballs, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo.
Weekly anime review.
Let's go.
Always good.
Always good. Always good. I can't even say it's like it's been another great week. It's been a spectacular week again. Per usual. Per usual. But yeah, I don't know how long we can keep this amazing run going, but I'm here for it all.
Yeah. As long as JJK is going.
It's about it. It's done.
Solo Leveling comes out this January.
Comes soon.
So
I have hope for Solo Leveling. I really do. I just we're going to talk about this in a different podcast with, the boy in the hair, and we'll review that later. Check that video out. I don't trust Weebs. And it's such Weebs love that story.
Do you know who's doing it? The studio? Maybe I'm going to look up. I'm going to look up the studios.
But
I just
don't trust it.
I don't trust either. And I hope it's not like a Chainsaw Man thing. Chainsaw Man's good. It was very good.
I like Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I like it a lot too, but it definitely did not live up to the hype.
No, it didn't. No, it was supposed to be like the biggest thing of the year.
Like it was like going to be like the anime that changes all anime.
Yeah.
And it was just like, if you guys just said it was just going to be like, oh, it's a really fun anime, that it like lived up to the hype.
Low expectations. Not even low expectations. Regular expectations.
Yeah, regular, not
regular.
Low. Yeah,
just
regular,
chill out. God, it's so annoying. Chainsaw Man, I think they're getting a movie.
Oh,
it just got announced for like 2024, I think. There might be a trailer out for it. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it's one of the things like, you guys gotta stop blowing things out of proportion. Because then because they want to do that. So then the internet fights back saying, oh, this wasn't as good as you said it was. And they'd be like, oh, you just don't get it. We're better than you.
I know.
It's like, it's their
Gear 5
it's their warped little system that they have out there. It's so annoying. Anyways.
A1 Studios, which
I have no idea. What else? Have they done anything I would know?
Let's see. Near Automata. I still want to finish that. That was
Me too.
Kaguya-sama's a lot. Or
oh, really?
the Licorice Recoil, which actually animation that looked really sick.
Yeah, I remember.
Sword Art Online, Alkalization.
Oh, okay. So that
Darling
really
and the
good.
Franks.
Seven
Deadly Sins.
Okay, so
good.
they can do
Fate Apocrypha.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that one.
Everything
you said up to that point, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good animation. I know they definitely know how to do animation stuff. You say that one, it's like,
I guess they've done I think they're they're Fate Studio.
They're Fate Studio. Oh, that's kind of sick. Then yeah, dude, Fate Apocrypha is like the best fights in all of Fate. It's amazing.
So I think Solo Leveling. I think I'm excited for it. What I think is good for it is like it got so much hype.
Yeah.
And then no one cared about it.
Yes.
Like no one's like really talked about it.
No.
So I think like that's good for it.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. I have very low expectations. So we'll see. But let's get to the anime that are actually premiering right now.
Jujutsu Kaisen Season
2. The Shibuya Incident. Wow.
Well,
wow.
Yep.
Wow.
This anime is just an absolutely amazing anime.
It is. It's this season solidified it as my third favorite anime of all time right now. Mm-hmm. We'll see how JJK keeps going on, but right now, if they
see how this incident ends.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Well, I think it'd be so hard to even if it just like ends on a soft note. This has already been the best anime arc that I've seen all of the year, including from last year. So
yeah. If it ended on a soft note,
I'd be fine with that. Like, they've already given us so much.
That wouldn't bother me. If it ended on if it was all of a sudden this is obviously so totally ridiculous. But it's like, oh, actually, Yuji turned into like an elephant. And you'd be like, okay, this is the worst anime ever.
Okay, sure. If they take an entire weird left turn, I guess I agree with that.
That'd be stupid.
Yeah, that'd be.
But even if it just ended they just win, or something, I don't know. There wasn't too much big reveal or anything.
Yeah,
I'd be like, that's amazing.
Great stuff. It was an amazing episode with a great fight. I would love to see what the animators are saying. I think you said it when you were watching. It's like maybe the animators, maybe they're not okay.
I know.
Because the amount of crap that's going on in this episode is nuts.
If you listen to the podcast, you notoriously know that we're always like, who cares?
Yeah.
Animators, just do your thing. Watching JJK, I'm like, all right, well.
Maybe you can take a week or two off. Maybe you earned that one.
Because watching Demon Slayer, when you watch the Tengenuzi fight, you're like, oh my god. Remember that was the first time we were like, oh my god, this anime. And it's a lot of Demon Slayer is beautiful, but this arc in JJK, it's every single episode. It's
episode.
Oh geez. So
it's since the Toji versus Dagon, the octopus thing, fight. Since the animation's been just every episode's been like,
up.
It's like keeps going nuts. And this one was great. This one was Mahito is such a gross curse. When they broke out of the floor for the first time, he just covered the area in dead humans. I hate him so much.
I know.
I hate him so much. Very interesting adaptation of his power though, how he was like combining them into glass cannons.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That was fun. Toto destroying them in one blast too.
God, I love Toto.
Toto is amazing. He is one of the greatest characters of all time. He's the man.
Yeah, I was getting like real worried in this episode because definitely I think like ranking of characters minus Yuji being number one because he's just the main character. We stand main characters on this podcast. Yeah. Then it was like Nabarro. Then Toto was like my number two. Like I love Toto's like I dreamed to be Toto.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Look how cool he looks.
He's amazing. Awesome. All the stuff going on in his head.
Yeah, and
he's got an IQ of like 10 billion. It's amazing.
It was just like my brother. But like when he one punched the thing, his punches just look like they hurt too.
I know.
Like they just on the battle they look like they hurt. But like
painful.
Like it starts out with that. Which is cool.
Yep.
And it's like just like when they're like, I just love JJK has done it a few times this season where they do that cool like panoramic shot where someone's like running.
Yes.
And it's focused on the person in the center, and it's like kind of like, and I always love those. I just think they look cool.
I think that's always good. I'm not gonna lie, like so much happened in this episode that I've forgotten parts of it. Like I'm just trying to remember like the opening fight where like I think Yuji's getting attacked by like the worm creatures, it was all that stuff, and they get separated. And Toto, oh my god, the animation where when Toto got punched the first time, and the animators unnecessarily just like smashed him through a window, and then he bounced off a bunch of walls. I was like, oh my goodness,
so unnecessary,
but great. I loved it.
Love it.
He was fine after that, and then he destroyed a bunch. I wish I had anime body. So adorable.
I know.
They destroyed those and destroyed the rest of those, and then they all meet back up. Mahito, ready to fight again.
Yeah, and like I love that's such a good fighting. Like that's the thing they've used like the scenery for such good fighting.
Yeah,
because to have the fighting in that like nuke zone.
Yeah, which they set up episodes ago. Like they've literally they've gone from floor to floor to floor for different stuff. They fought like crazy. It's been great. And yeah, now they had the best
at a beach.
They fought at a beach. Yeah. This was the best like battlefield they've had yet though, because especially after. I'm gonna skip it just a little bit ahead. We'll come back. Especially after Mahito transforms and blows up the area around there, and they drop into yet another fighting pit, which was cool. That was so cool. It was such a good fighting terrain and all that stuff, and the way they animated it was awesome. But backing that up, I hate Mahito with a burning passion
he sucks.
For the fact that he blew up Toto's hand.
All right. Well, yeah, I know it sucks because like. It's one of those scenes where you're like, I fucking hate you. That sucks. But you're like, oh, Toto, that was so badass.
It was so bad. He's cut his arm off.
With his hand.
Yeah. He used his hand to cut off another hand.
It makes no sense. But
absolutely not.
Well, I love the domain expansion thing because, like, once again, of course, when they go super detailed into domain expansion, I'm like, let me grab my astrophysics degree here.
Yes.
Because what are you talking about? But I did like the concept that, like, he saw Gojo use it a certain way, and he was like, since he did that, I'm going to try to do that. And I think that's really cool.
Well, that's Mahito. He constantly just keeps changing and adapting to new things. Like, he's constantly trying to figure out his power.
I just think it's cool, like, when villains... Like, because you'll see, like, good guys do things in animes, and you're like, why wouldn't the villain do that?
Yeah.
And it's like, when a villain's like, well, you did it. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it,
too. Why not? Sounds like a good idea.
And I love, like, how Yuji, like, instantly reacted, tried to get there as fast as he could.
Yeah.
But then Toto, like, had to cut his hand off. And I love how he was aiming for Toto.
I just don't know how... My question there was, I was confused in the essence that... I know you're not going to know the answer either. Toto activated a simple domain in that time frame, which shouldn't. I think that's supposed to protect you from.
It is,
but like it didn't. I think maybe he released it when I don't know. I still don't fully understand how opening the domain for 0.02 seconds like does anything. Because like he definitely in the time that he affected Toto, like he closed his domain already, right? So
I don't really get it either. Because honestly, like the domain thing is like. I love them. They're super cool.
They're awesome.
A lot of them don't really make sense. Like
a lick of sense.
The whole concept of the 0.02 seconds opening the domain was so he didn't touch Sukuna's soul.
Yes.
Because if he did, then Sukuna was going to kill him. Yes. But then he had a full-on conversation with Sukuna.
That I don't understand. Like,
so it's like, so you did.
So you did. He talked to him.
And he told him
maybe that happened in fast time in his head or something like that.
And he told him to stand down, which I was like, okay.
I did. Like, I was like, I enjoyed that Mojito said that. It's like, but I'm like, you're getting out of hand right now. And like, Sukuna was just there. It's like, you could see the like behind his eyes. It's like, I'm gonna rip you to shreds.
Yeah.
Like,
so it was like, it was kind of weird, kind of odd. But then let's just say this real quick because I want to say it so bad. And then he goes he's about to get Toto, and Toto's little thing falls off, and I was like, oh, he's always getting this. What is it? And then it's the idol and Yuji.
Yep.
Or Itadori. I don't know. We always say Yuji, but everyone else says Itadori.
Because Itadori is the first name.
Yeah.
I believe. Wait,
I thought it was Yuji Itadori. They call people their last names.
Right, so it's Yuji Itadori. Yes. Wait, how do they say it in the show?
A lot of people call him people.
I'm pretty sure his first name is Itadori.
Well, now we gotta look it up.
Yeah, now we gotta look it up. I'm pretty sure it's Itadori. But Yuji's the last name.
I love that it drops and it opens up and a bunch of flowers appear, and it's like, I'm pretty sure it's like that song is like an actual.
Oh really?
Like it's. I gotta look it up. Like I'm like, and I remember me and you were like,
oh my god, yeah. And the idol's in his head, and they're like beating up Mojito together in his head. And like the entire time though, I was like, what's going on in the real world? What's going on in the real world? What's going on in the real world? I like how the locket was able to distract Mojito. Like of all the things it could do, it distracted him for the 0.2 seconds.
That's what I like though. It's just like, he's just like, cause like that, he's just like, wait a minute, what?
His
first name is Yuji.
Yuji. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you know in like Japan how everyone calls each other their last names.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess so. So we're right, is what we're saying. Then we were right. We were calling him Yuji, and we're correct then, right?
We're not incorrect calling it. Neither way is incorrect. I just noticed that like. Maybe because the anime's got more popular. We always called him Yuji.
Yes.
Now, understandable, like, a lot of characters in the show call him Itadori because that's the formal way to do in Japan. You don't call people their first name unless you're close with them.
Yeah.
I
think Yuji's my brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think he just calls him my brother, but I think he calls him Yuji.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But regardless, like, it just seems like everyone outside of, like, when I talk to people in the show, they're like, Itadori. I'm like, why does everyone call him that?
Maybe the dub calls him that way.
Maybe. Well, I think he gets called both in the show. It just seems maybe he's getting called that much more now in the show. I don't know. I don't know.
I know what you're saying. I agree. I've seen it.
We just always called him Yuji.
Yeah.
And literally no one I talk to calls him Yuji.
That's so weird. Yeah. I remember John was over that one time. Like I said Yuji and he was like, who's that? It's like Itadori. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. One more Japanese thing we're not gonna understand. Yeah. Japanese to American translation.
That scene was absolutely hilarious. I love how it distracts Mojito because it's just like Mojito. The way they drew his face was just like, what?
What's going on?
And then the clap.
Dude, what I love most about the show is they keep finding new ways to surprise me with the powers. Like this one, like I didn't know Toto needed just another. Like I didn't know he didn't need his own hand to do it because then he just like slaps Mojito and swaps, and that was amazing.
Yeah, so awesome.
And like I hate that his power is effectively dead right now because he doesn't have the hand.
No, didn't he? Wasn't he gonna do it without? He did it without the hand.
No, it was a fake out.
Oh, was it fake out?
Yeah, it was a fake out, so that Yuji could hit him.
Oh, yeah. I thought he actually did it.
I'm pretty sure he faked him out.
Are we sure? I think he did it.
Okay, well, we will look it up after the show.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was a fake out, but you can. I could be wrong. You know, like I said, there's so much going on in that episode that I was literally like lost.
Because there's always that one scene which. If he does need his hands, in that one scene they animated makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
Where he blocks Mojito, and then he claps, and then
When I was like trying to figure that out like a little bit online, while also trying to avoid spoilers, which is a
impossible
feat of its own. And there's a lot of people that are talking about that they think that maybe that like clapping is just a mental manifestation that he used to do his power. He doesn't need it, but we're not 100% sure. I think
it seems like he needs it.
Yeah, it seems
why
like
else would he clap?
Why else would he take damage for no reason?
Yeah,
you know. So I don't know.
It seems like he definitely needs it.
Yeah, so that's why I think it was a fake out because he couldn't clap.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I swear to God, I thought I remember him moving. Like I thought I remember Mojito like moving, like getting moved.
I think he tried to correct to do it, but he didn't.
Oh, okay. I'd have to rewatch it.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to rewatch it. You could be right, but I don't think he did.
But that I'm saying it's like if he needs his hand to clap, then that one scene is horrible.
Yeah, it's a broken scene.
It's a broken scene unless he claps his ass cheeks like they
which I'm
fine with that.
I'm fine with that. Or like claps his feet together or something, like some weird thing.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Actually. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, that so like Mahito like turns into this actual cool looking curse thing.
Yes,
which I was like,
he finally broke out of his chrysalis or whatever.
Yeah, he's like his perfected soul or something like that, which just made him faster and stronger.
Faster and stronger. He just turned into a combat curse.
Well, it was a Dragon Ball upgrade.
Yeah, it was. It really was. It really was, and it amounted to nothing. Which I love.
Yeah, it really.
He just put armor on himself, and Yuji broke all of it.
I did love when Yuji punched it though, and then like it made this flashback to the fight like that he had with the other kid, and he's like, "Oh, I remember this." Like,
it's even harder. I loved the animation when he was punching. He wasn't doing anything because Yuji's punches are insane. And it's just like that. Just it sounds like he's hitting metal constantly. He just keeps hitting it. Just stand there, like, and I was like, "Oh, I hate you so much, Mahito. I hate him so much."
That Black Flash though that Yuji had was epic, and he looks like he can use it now. Like,
which if that's his thing, I'm cool with that. Yeah. That's I know whatever his curse technique is double impact, which no one really talks about.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, because they don't really do it. Like I think the blood manipulation guy talked about it once. He mentioned it once, like a double impact. Ooh, and then it didn't do it. Per usual. But if you have him because there's no one else in the world that can use Black Flash at will, not even curses. So if that's Yuji's thing, cool. I'm fine with that. That attack's broken as all hell.
It really is.
Yeah, it's not a clean episode. I can swear. It's broken as all hell.
Yeah.
It does insane amounts of damage, and so I'm totally fine if that's his thing. That makes him unique enough, and I'm definitely fine with that.
I'm fine with that too. It'd be so cool because the animation for Black Flash is always cool.
It's always amazing, and what I like of that Yuji could do this is the fact that he just like decided he could do it. Like that's his big thing. It's like I'm just gonna go as hard as I can, and I'm gonna do this. And it's like that makes total sense for Yuji. He's not like. I don't know. That's how he works through most things. Like, yeah, he's a nice guy, and you can think, but he's not the smartest person on the planet. So most of his stuff is just like pure combat. I'm gonna do combat. I'm gonna fight, and so it makes total sense. They just like, well, I'm gonna push my body to the next limit and do it. It makes total sense. That's like his thing.
It does make sense for him. You're right.
So I really, really like that, and I love that it's so effective.
I know.
it crushed Mahito. It crushed him. I do have a one quick thought I want to talk about because I was thinking about this. So you remember Chozo is his name, the blood manipulation demon wound painting thing. Remember how he got those weird memories of Yuji?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's more of a I know there's gonna be some connection like there that we're gonna find out later. I wonder if there's like an actual like Yuji might actually be connected to him that way. Like Yuji might be a blood wound painting thing.
A blood wound painting?
Okay, so I don't know how they work at all. Like no idea. Chozo and his brothers are different than regular curses. They're curses, but they're like demon womb paintings. They're like I don't know if they're supposed to be like a cursed spirit that got fused with a person or something like that.
Oh, are you saying Yuji might be one of them?
Might be, yeah, because like it explained why he's insane. We don't know his parents. It explained why he's
insanely strong.
Doing this Black Flash thing too, that'd be like these things are new, so maybe he is like one of the new versions that can do this.
Yeah, would make sense.
That'd be kind of cool. They might explain maybe, and I don't know. Maybe they have some weird Sukuna factor in there too, that's why you can control them different than all other humans. Could be totally wrong, but like I was thinking about that scene so much. It's like why is that there?
Yeah, no, that kind of makes sense.
So maybe
because we don't know his parents.
Yeah, maybe Chozo's blood was just reacting in some way, and that he made that weird. I definitely think Chozo's gonna come back and be like, "Oh, I like Yuji now," because he's gonna have these weird false memories. But like maybe
maybe false memories based off of true things.
Maybe I don't know.
That is interesting. I didn't even think about that, but that really could be true because we don't know his parents, and the idea that he's such a good vessel for Sukuna.
Yeah,
and like they pretty much are like, "Oh, whoa, that's like no one's really looking into it."
No,
like,
no one's looking into it at all.
Yeah, huh.
So I don't know. Maybe.
But we got
keep going. We gotta go. No, this episode was so good. This was my minus the Sukuna fight with Mahagora and the Jogo fight because it was just all pure combat and amazing. This is my favorite episode of this.
Oh yeah, this one's so good.
Definitely.
Because one, we have to get to the end of the episode.
We have to go. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Before we get to that, Yuji's little cut mouth thing, gross.
Yeah,
it was just
really kind of badass.
It was bad. Oh, super badass, but it was gross. But then, like Mahito, I love a good villain runs away like a absolute whiny bitch.
Yeah,
especially when I hate them, and he was running away like an absolute whiny bitch. And then there was a symbolism of wolves hunting rabbits.
Yeah,
which I don't know why he was a rabbit, but whatever.
He's dead because he was gonna die. That's why. Because the wolves were gonna.
And then they showed the broken rabbit, the rabbit with the broken leg, which I was like, this is very unnecessary.
Yeah.
You can show Mahito's broken leg.
That's cool. But why the rabbit? I don't know. Especially when like rabbits were like such the goat like 10 episodes ago. Like kind of doing them wrong. But
sacrificing them. Maybe this guy hates rabbits.
Maybe it could be. Yeah.
Racist.
Fuck bunnies. I hate those things. So yeah, that was amazing. The whole running sequence was great, and I loved Itadori Now I'm doing it. Yuji's like little speech there, just like, you know, I don't need a reason to kill you. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, holy shit, that's scary as all hell.
And I do love his like, he's like, no matter if you come back, I'll kill you again.
And he kept it in line too with this whole like, I'm just a wheel in this machine and all that stuff, which is the same kind of mentality he had back when he fought Chozo and was like, I'm just here to make sure other people can get to the next stage. It doesn't matter if I live or die. And so I like, he's such a humble character. Just like, I'm not the big thing here, even though he totally fucking is. I'm not the big thing.
You only have the king of all demons in you.
Yeah, pretty much. And you're insanely strong. You're like the strongest human, like without curse power. But he is. That was just an amazing, badass speech, and it wasn't based on, oh, I'm gonna avenge my friends, I'm gonna do all this. It's just like, you are a blight, and I am here to stop you. It's like, oh my god, that's so cool.
It was so cool. I will say one thing, the music has been fire the last few episodes. Absolutely incredible. The only thing, though, about the music that I don't like is I'm like, the pump-up song, I'm like, did you just take this from My Hero?
Maybe, yeah.
It literally is, like, almost identical. I'm like, did you, like...
It's very close.
Like, I know, like, you guys are stressed and all they're making stuff, so did you, like, screw it, we're just gonna, like, steal this one and change a little bit of it.
It's a little bit, and it's good to go.
It's a fire song, so it's fine, but I'm like, is this You Say Run?
Yeah, it sounds like it, and then Toto with his... like a magical showing up there through the sun behind him and all that stuff. That music was pretty similar too. I'm just like, But one more thing before we get to the end of it is that when Mahito's running away like a little brat and throwing rocks and mud at Yuji, and hits him with the rock in his head, and Yuji's just like looks down back at him. I was awesome, like, oh, you're dead. Unfortunately, though, as with everything JJK, we can't have a good ending. And I was talking to my little brother about this a little while ago. Just like, why can't we just have one good ending in an episode? Because Ghetto had to show up, or Curse Ghetto had to show up, and it's like, no. I really hope he since we've seen a lot of what Mahito can do now, I really hope he just like this is some. I don't know what this Curse's deal is still. I don't know what he wants exactly. I don't know if he's really. I don't think he's really on the Curse's side. I think he's got his own game going on. I hope he just like.
The brain curse.
Yeah, the brain curse. I hope he just sort of like his terms of saving Mahito is just puts him into a little ball and eats him. You know, like does Ghetto's power on him.
Cool.
That'd be kind of cool. Just like, well, you're done being like autonomous. It's like, ooh, that'd be kind of good.
That would be kind of cool.
Terrible for Yuji because then he has to fight both of them.
Yeah. It was like, we were talking, like, literally while Mahito was, like, crying, throwing the mud, getting, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. We're like, oh, this is such a satisfying death of a character you hate. Just watch him crawl and look like a worm about to be crushed. We're like, this is great. And then Ghetto came, and we're like, God!
No! No! Yuji's so beat up right now!
Yeah, we're about to see. I don't know. It's just, like, it's...
Maybe Yuji's in the zone, though, and he can just, like, do a lot of damage to Ghetto. I don't know.
I don't think I've watched... anime. We've watched very good animes of late, My Hero and other ones that are really, really good, but I don't think I've watched anime in such a long time where I'm like, oh my god, I cannot wait till next week.
Agreed.
The second the episode ends, I'm like, no!
Why did you cut?
Why did you give me this preview that just shows me nothing?
I know. It shows
Stop animating that preview!
Save some time! Stop doing that one! Stop doing that one! You can cut that one easily! Oh my god, we don't need it at all! But it was another amazing episode. Yuji tried to punch Mahito in the crotch. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But it was the best episode of the season. I don't know. I guess every week, I don't know how they're going to top it. They probably will because the show's insane. I'm so sad that we're nearing the end of it. Because this is going to suck.
Yeah.
It's going to suck when we get to the end. And then we're just going to have to go over it probably over a year. If not more.
I hope they don't do what they did last time, where they did 1 year was a movie, and then 1 year is when the show came. Screw it. We don't need a movie.
Yeah, we don't need a movie.
Also Yuta, where are you, man?
Yeah, come on. Come on, dude. Oh, we really need you, actually. So, yeah, that's going to be great. But it's time to move on.
Yeah, it's time to move on. We only spent 20 minutes on that, so it's fine.
Oh, boy, that's most of the episode.
Yeah. But let's move on to the second show out of the three we're watching, Spy X Family season
26 plus.
This episode was incredible.
I died laughing.
This episode made me laugh so hard.
So hard. It had the funniest characters in the show in it. When Becky was just like calls and it's like, "Hey, honey, I was by shopping. Can I stop over? Hi, I'm here." Yeah. I was dying laughing, and I was like, "Oh, cool. Becky's over. I love a Becky episode." And then Becky goes into explaining, "I'm here to steal Lloyd," and I was like, "Yes, yes." I didn't even know I needed this episode. This is so good.
It was so ridiculous.
Even Anya says like, "This girl's wild."
Yeah, and then she's like, she reminds me of someone else. Like, it just cuts the Frost for a second. Yeah, Becky's. First of all, I love Becky's like little dream she had where he's like, I can't, I'm married, and I'm like, oh my god, she is so ridiculous.
I was the entire time just like, oh my goodness, this girl is crazy. Anya's gonna be like, no, it's dumb. I like my mom. And then Becky just going through her head like all the rich stuff she would do, and Anya was like, ooh, I want that. I'm signing with Becky.
Private chef.
Yeah, private chef was what sold her on that.
I was like, Anya, God. I was like, she'll stand by your. And I'm like, yeah, she's a kid. You forget sometimes Anya's a kid.
Yeah. Oh, when Lloyd went to Miss Becky, and Becky's like just all the ampersands and stuff were popping up there, and Anya was like, must be a code.
Yeah, I know.
I was like,
I love too when Anya's showing Becky the place. She's like, oh, this is not just your small entrance room or whatever. And Anya's like, eh. And she's like, this is my bedroom. She's like, oh, it's so small here, I can't breathe. She's like,
my doghouse is bigger.
Yeah, I love it. She's like, no longer doing the tour.
Yeah. Oh, that was spectacular.
What killed me though, like one of the funny scenes. There's many scenes we can talk about Becky, but when she's like, I gotta put out the last effort. She's like, I'm so drunk. I literally was like.
I was like, oh no, what is this? And then Yor lost her shit.
I love you. Lloyd's like, she's gonna get the wrong idea. Like, and then she's like, oh no, I actually have alcohol. And he's like, no. She's like, maybe I steeped the tea too long that it turned into alcohol. And Lloyd's just like,
what? It's the dumbest thing ever. And then she runs Becky bodily to a hospital, tries to a hospital.
Gets hit by a car.
Yeah, like I mean, nothing at all. It's like, what on earth? How do people not know? I did enjoy though when Becky like admitted finally. It was like, I was just kidding. I wanted Lloyd, and she just like the cartoonish like slide stop.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, oh, and Yor's just like, oh well, that's so nice.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, I like that Lloyd is loved, and it's like, meanwhile, it's like, I know, I like him too.
I like. Well, I love it. She's like, is she into infidelity? And like, I love it, Becky. First calls Lloyd. The first time she calls him my precious Lloyd. Lloyd's like, did she just say my precious? But then when she's like, she said, I don't know exactly, but she pretty much says like she's like trying to get with him, or like she's like into him or something. And Lloyd just spit out his tea. I rewatched that scene like a bunch of times.
Greatest spy in the world, still can't handle children. Was trying to grill her for information on her family. And just the entire time Becky thought she was flirting. Oh my god, she had a line where it was like, oh, you didn't really care? You were just playing with my emotions?
And that's what it was. You're just playing with my heart, and he just goes like,
oh my god, it was so good. This episode was so good. It was only half the episode.
Oh, it was like 75%.
75%. Because then Yor was like, Becky, of course, tries to do. I was like, oh, I'm going to show Lloyd that I'm strong. Still just trying to do this. And does the hammer thing. Yeah. And I knew this hammer thing wasn't going to work. But she gave the guy like $1,000 bucks.
I know. The guy was like,
whoa. And then she utterly fails with the hammer. And then the worst person on the planet to pick that hammer up comes over.
One shots it with one arm.
Like it's nothing. And I loved everyone's faces.
Yes. I love it. Except for Becky, because she's insane.
Like, yes.
Because she's wild.
Yes,
I love it. She looks at Lloyd. She's like, his beautiful round eyes. And they're just like,
like everyone. You know, I loved the shopkeep.
The shopkeep
he was like, I was dying. I
I also love when
Yor can't control her own strength. Like what?
I know. She's like, oops, I messed it up again. It's like, oops.
What was her excuse this time too? It's like, it's not what you think. I used to apprentice to a hammer smith or guy or something like that. It was something so stupid. Greatest spy in the world, everybody.
But that's where we're always like, I'm like, oh man, Yor, what a babe. Oh my God. But there are times where I'm like, well, if you do actually, decide to share beds together, maybe Lloyd just like be like, no hands down in certain areas.
Ever. It'd be torn off.
Yeah.
It'd be torn off.
Oh. Remember what did Becky say to her? She said something to her about being strong, and she's like, she said something about, shoot. She's like, how did you shoot an arrow through my precious Lloyd's heart? And she's like, I don't shoot. Yours like, I don't shoot things. I don't use bows and arrows. It's like, that's how she. She's not asking your murder weapons.
Exactly. What a stupid people. These people are so stupid.
I love the scene when Yor comes in, though, and Anya's like, behold, Bond! And Becky just ignores it. Like, behold! Bond! She just ignores
nothing. It's like, who cares? Who cares? This episode, oh my god. Becky is an A++ character. Yeah. We need her in the show so much more.
Becky, Becky Black Belt.
Yes. Yes. Their family's in manufacturing.
I love when Lloyd immediately questions her, and Anya's like, Daddy, just doing work.
Yep, per usual. But then it cuts to the next most wild character in the show. Fiona Frost, Nightfall. I thought it was very cool showing her doing all like the spy sequences and stuff. Cool. I liked that a lot. I was just like, I don't know, it was very cool, and like I liked how they overlaid it with this is what was happening when they were on the boat and doing the whole boat arc. I don't remember what it was. It was cool.
It was cool. This episode was This episode, when I actually looked at the timer when it switched over to the Frost thing, it was already like there was only like 5 minutes left. So this thing was very short and small. It's just
I think they did it just because like she's coming back next episode, so they wanted to like just like re-up her.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
Not that anyone could ever forget Nightfall.
Yeah, but I love when she's like goes through the show on the mission, how tired she's at, beat up she is. She's like, this will make him want to be with me, blah blah. Then she goes by the tennis shop and she's like, no.
No, I can't beat her.
I love it.
Oh, that was hilarious.
And then did her just
the training montage sequence.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
She fought gators.
I know. Yeah.
Or she was like riding them or something like that. It was crazy.
And she's still not going to be stronger than Yor. No chance.
No way. She might be physically stronger than Twilight right now, and she's still, and that's still so far away from Yor.
Oh, man, that tennis tournament was awesome.
It was spectacular. Great animation. Well, in studio doing great animation. And I'll always still love the scene where Yor just hits the ball and it goes into freaking like light speed.
I know.
And Frost's like, I'm gonna die if I hit this.
I do. I just love when she talks and she just like says something simple and then it cuts to her mind. She's like, "I love you. You're amazing."
I know. All that stuff. Oh, when he gave her the souvenir, it's like, Twilight, what are you doing? You're playing with this girl's heart.
Yeah, he has no idea.
He has no idea. He's such a nice guy, but he's an idiot.
Yeah, this episode solidifies like he knows nothing about noticing children's or women's emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
completely blind. He's completely blind. Has no idea. Not that I am not also completely blind, but this man is advanced.
Well, he's supposed to not be blind.
He's supposed to know everything.
And then his little just skipped away. He's like, I love you.
Skipping it, runs into people and just like waits till they leave and then it's like goes back to skipping.
Yeah, I do like that she goes back to skipping, but they show like they first show her skipping from behind. It's like, I love you. And they show her skipping from the front. I'm like, she just keeps the same face.
Yes. Yes.
She is terrifying.
She is terrifying. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. She's crazy. She chick's wild. It was A+ episode.
That would have been one of my favorite of this season.
Yeah. Great episode to come back to after like that big arc and everything. Mm-hmm. Nice little like reset for us. So I'm really excited for next episode. Looks wild too. With got Nightfall back, looks like Twilight's being Twilight doing stuff.
Bushy head guy.
I know, his scruffy head. Yeah, scruffy head. Can't wait.
Yeah, he's always great.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that to come back for that next episode. So great episodes all around. Love Nightfall.
Yep.
Love Nightfall's outfit when she's like being like now when she's
she was a spy.
When she's a spy and she's that blue jacket.
Yeah,
good love it.
Yeah. You're still number one though.
Oh, 100%. Of course. Yeah, of course.
But if Nightfall needs somebody,
I mean, I like to submit my name as a runner-up there,
Let's move on to the last anime review, Shangri-La Frontier.
Season 1. Crazy episode.
Solid
for grind. I did.
Solid episode.
The only thing I didn't like, because like this is a totally fair thing they did, but it felt offensive as a gamer. They kept giving us the definition of like what grinding was or what like buff was, and it's like,
I actually like that.
No, I'm a gamer. Don't insult me.
Yeah, but what if you're not?
Get good.
What does that have to do? What does get good have to do with
it?
Good. What does that have to
Start
do with
gaming.
I know. I think I like it.
No, I was insulted.
How are you insulted?
I was insulted. I know what grinding is. I know what a buff is.
If anything, you should feel special that they have to explain these kind of things.
No,
like,
I'm insulted.
Well, it makes no sense that you're insulted.
I'm insulted. They insulted my intelligence as a gamer.
This is literally what anime does, though.
But that's
like if you were watching Haikyuu and you're like, if you're watching Haikyuu and you're like, I play volleyball. Like, how dare they?
I don't know how to play volleyball.
Like,
you're not getting here.
I liked it. I like when they do things like that, especially because I was like, it made me think. I was like, I wonder where grinding actually, like, how that actually started. Like, I meant to look it up, but I didn't.
No, this is the grindstone. And then
is that where it came from?
Maybe that's my guess. And then just gamer slang of all.
Well, I wonder like what game also like first like originated grinding.
That's a good question.
My first like instance with grinding was Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess that makes sense. I mean, yeah, that's probably mine too.
I wonder like what, because I feel like it wasn't. I feel like grinding is always. It really. Let's call it what, etymology? Is that like the
it's like
word?
that. Yeah.
I really made it. I was like, you know what? What is like? Where did that come from?
Yeah.
The nose to grind something that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
I'll have to look it up, but and then Buff, that kid's magic is dope. His magic is super cool.
Expect me to play a monk in the next D&D campaign, and I want that put into the D&D campaign. Those fists, where it was like soul something red, and then when spirit red, and then when he flashed into black there, I was like, oh my, you have different colors? Let's go!
And he's like, black. I was like, what is this, black flash?
Oh my god, that was hilarious. I thought that power is awesome. Becky is a tank. He is a tank. I love that. I think that's really great. They need a tank character because that entire party is squishy. They have a magic caster, so a glass cannon, and they have Sunraku, who is a glass cannon. Yeah. I like that they like dove hard on that one this episode too.
He's like, guess my ability. He's like, you're an agility strength glass cannon. He's like, no, I'm an agility luck. And he's like, but still a glass cannon though. Also, one of my favorite lines of this entire episode was Mool's like, he's got a Vorpal soul, and he's like, what's a Vorpal soul? He's like, what? A Vorpal soul is a Vorpal soul, obviously. And I'm like, thank you for explaining what Vorpal soul is.
You nailed
a Vorpal soul is a Vorpal soul.
When they were shitting on him for like being lower level, and Mool was just backing Sunraku up too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what a child. And it's like, oh, he's not really strong at all. It's like, yes, Mool, back him up.
Yeah. And then Mool turns around. It's like,
because she just doesn't get it.
When she ran into the fight, I was dying.
I was like, what are you doing?
I was like,
I'll help.
I was like, what are you doing? Do something then. You're the highest level character here.
I know. Do something. That serpent they were fighting was hilarious. But I loved the entire sequence. First off, side note, those blades are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I love how they keep just giving him new blades.
Was it
Twin bee blades?
Queen bee
blades? Yeah. Because from the Queen Bee materials that he got. Sick. That's a corrosive damage. That's awesome. That's such a cool thing. It's great for him too because he likes hitting and making weak points.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. What a cool concept like that. The right one looks really cool. The left one looks stupid as all hell. But I was like, that was the only thing. I was like, what? I understand the left one's supposed to be just a normal one.
Yes.
So it's supposed to look normal. But I'm like, man, he could
have made it purple too.
Yeah. Just make it at least
make the colors the same.
Because the right one looks cool.
It looks awesome. It's so cool.
Such a cool concept though.
Him losing his mind, trying to like, oh my god, I have to manage all these bunny relationships. The dating sim, no.
Oh, the dating sim.
Why did you play that?
Because it's a trash game.
Oh my goodness. And the bad ending, if you messed up once, was all the girls just moved to Italy to become in a pizzeria.
I was like, who wrote this?
Trash
It's
gamers.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's spectacular. That was great. But I loved the conversation they had when skipping first Rima and the tutorial came back to bite him.
That was awesome.
It was so good.
When he's like, well, you can combine things. And he's like, no, you can't. And
what game are you thinking of?
I love how you said it.
I like how they're both like, they're just like keep shitting on each other because that's how like they are with game. Like that's how they are in the game. It's like, oh, you don't know this?
Yeah. And then he's like explaining, first of all, so cool. I can't wait till he get mind skills. That's going to be awesome.
If we thought he was powerful now.
And what was the other thing? He's like guilds and
side jobs or something like that.
Side jobs, yeah. That I hope is not. We don't need to get to it. Did you notice though? Side note, we'll go right back to that in a second. But is when I think it was like 2 episodes ago when he looked like there was gonna be an update on the game and it showed pirate ships.
Yeah,
I was like,
very cool. Yeah, it's a new season, right? Yeah, it's a new season of the game coming in. So I'm like,
that'd be pretty cool.
Let's go! I can't wait. Fight Weatherman first. That's cool.
Oh yeah, dude. First of all, Weatherman, I feel like we only could be level 50. I was like, okay, they're like Weatherman's level 200. I was like, cool.
Yeah. What an insane ability too. For a Colossae, just like, we just knock you down 50 levels.
I know, that's really interesting.
It's like, that's super cool.
That'd be cool if a boss could do something like that.
I'm going to change my Crunchyroll password on you.
No, it's way too much work.
It is honestly too much work.
It's easy in like a video game because it just all happens for you.
Yeah, but then we're like, you know, we'd be sitting there for an hour trying to de-level. That'd be nuts.
That'd be so stupid.
That'd be nuts.
That'd be stupid.
It'd be easier just like to debuff our health.
Yeah, that's way easier.
There you go. Yeah, don't do that.
I did love it. He's like in first air. He's like, I skipped that. And he's like,
oh, well, you missed all this stuff. And it's like, no, I could have been doing so much more. And when he tries to tell, Katsu tries to tell pencil gun, and he just like, the arm comes out. It's like, don't.
Yeah, and then it's like zooming over. And it's like so detailed. I did love, he did exactly what a gamer would do. Is like, realize he's missing out on this stuff, and he's just like, I'm just gonna keep grinding and forget about it.
Yep. I don't. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I love it.
This was a great episode. And now we have some actual really interesting, cool lore with Weathermind, too. That's probably the grave he's guarding of that girl.
Yeah.
This unique NPC.
Well, they got to talk to her first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably to start
and
the
then
quest.
probably opens it up, yeah.
Yeah, because he's guarding her grave. And
I did love, too. She's like, we have to go because it's tonight's full moon. I love conditioned quest starts.
Yeah.
They're so great.
It's really, really
cool.
Like,
they can be so annoying
yeah.
when you're doing it. You're like, oh my God.
I gotta wait.
But it's just a cool idea.
Yeah. So that's really cool. She looked really normal for an NPC though.
She did.
They chose a really normal look. They almost chose like a person. I wonder maybe she's based on a dev.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe because she looked really normal. Yeah. You know? So maybe I don't know.
It'd be interesting because he's a unique, right? He's one of the unique.
He's one of the he's one of the 8 Colossi or whatever it is.
So if they kill him,
no one's ever done it.
It's gonna be pretty epic.
No one's ever done it, and like this team that she's put together is perfect for this because they're all skill based, not level based. Yeah. You know.
So what was that other game? Because he's like, what is it? What's his name? Katsu.
Fist.
Yep.
Punchy fist.
Spirit Red.
Spirit Red.
yeah, that's a pretty cool name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When he was like, for that game, and he's like, I don't know that game, and he's like some trash god tier game.
Yeah, why would I know about a god tier game? Yeah. And like, I don't know, Spirit Red there was like, but what do you mean? Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But I'm super excited for next episode. Can't wait to see. I hope the show is I hope the show has like the Black Clover treatment.
Yeah, just keeps going. That'd be so cool. They just keep adding more and more stuff. Dude, I really love those fists.
Those fists
were when they swapped color, I was like,
that's even cooler.
How do you keep adding cool things?
That's dope magic.
Yeah. So I'm pumped for all that. But yeah, another great week of anime. Can't wait for another great week of anime next week. Yep. And
there will be a delay on that episode because Christmas.
So, we'll get it out sometime after Christmas. You're coming back the Tuesday after, right?
The Tuesday after. So it'll probably go out. I'll be back here Wednesday or Thursday.
Something like that. Yeah.
So we'll have it out next week, just delayed.
Yeah, there'll be probably a few less episodes next week. But
maybe
it might be the only one.
It probably will be the only
one.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. I think it's a good idea.
But yeah, have a Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.